Welcome to Tech Charters. In today's video, I will show you the Ghostty, which is a cross-platform terminal emulator. It was actively developed for last 2 years and it was closed. Few people had the access for the beta version. So now it is open and it's open for all the people. So today I'm going to show you the Ghostty because it's really nice, and I will show you some basic configuration so that you can easily use this. Okay, so if you click on the download button and you will see the Mac OS and Linux options, so go to the package manager and here you will get all the options to install it on the Linux distribution. You can use it on Mac OS also. So I'm using Fedora, so I'm going to find Fedora here. So the last one is Fedora. So it's actually available with the Copper repository. So let's enable this first. So let's open the terminal, and in the terminal I'm just going to increase the font size. Okay, so let's paste, and of course please make sure you use sudo to enable this, and let's put the password and it'll enable everything, and it's enabled. The next thing is we need to install it with the dnf command. So let's copy this and put sudo and then paste the command, and it's super easy. It'll install pretty fast. Okay, and it's installed. Okay, so let's search for the Ghostty. Okay, so here the Ghostty is open. So this is the first thing you can see with Ghostty. So let's, yeah, it's pinned here, so no problem. If I close it, it's pinned on the dock, so I can open it from here. And this is the first view of this. So let's make it a little bit, the font a little bit bigger. The command to increase the font here is Control and the equal sign. It'll increase the size of the font. Okay, so this is the basic one and everything is fine. It looks good. I'm using ZSH, so that's why it looks a little bit different, and you can install your ZSH and it'll look like this. So it looks very nice, right? So the next thing, I'm going to show you the process to configure it. Okay, because if you use the default one from Fedora or any other, you can go here and click preferences and you can actually change everything from here. But for the Ghostty, it is not like this. Okay, so if you click here and if you open configuration, the command is Control comma. So if you use this, it'll open a configuration file here. Okay, so here we need to put all the configurations and we will configure it. So let's start configuring it. Okay, so here it is. We just minimize this and you can see here you have the documentation, and from the configuration you can find all the configurations and how you can do everything. So that's fine. Okay, and you can see there's a lot of options here, so you can do a lot of things here. Okay, and if you open references, you can see all the references, and here is the command. If you want to change the font, you can use this command to see all the fonts, and let's run it. Let's make it a little bit bigger here and paste it. And if you run this, you can see there is a lots of fonts you can set for it. So I actually like the Fira code. So if I go and scroll, you can see here is all the Fira code. So I want to use Fira code mono, nerd font mono. So here is the Fira code nerd font mono regular. I will use this. Okay. So let's open the configuration. So let's start configuring it. Okay. So the font family, of course, you can find it from here. Okay. How you can set the font family and everything. So here is the font family command. We can easily copy it and paste it here. And okay, I want to make this a little bit bigger so that you can easily follow this. Okay, so let's full screen it. So the font family, and we need to put our font name. So let's open Ghostty and just copy this. So simple, right? Just paste it here and it'll done. So the font family is done, but it will not affect here immediately. To do that, you need to press Control, Shift and comma. Okay, and if you don't use this, just click here and reload configuration, and it will reload the configuration. Okay, so that's fine. Our font is changed. The next thing, I want to change the theme, and that is simple command, simple line of code, that is theme equal to Catpuccin Mocha. I like this. You can use other ones. Okay, Control S and just open Ghostty Control, and you can see the screen changes. Okay, the next thing, I want to change the font size. So, and this is also simple. Just write font size is equal to, I want it 13. So let's save it and let's open it and Control Shift comma, just because I already increased the font, it's not reflected here, but it'll change. Okay, now if you see my other terminal that's come with my Fedora, I make it, transparent. I really like this transparency. Okay, let's close it and again open Ghostty. You can see it's not transparent, so I want to make it transparent because I like it. If you don't want, don't do that, but you can do that here. Just open the configuration file and paste background opacity is equal to 0.85. I really like this number, so save it. And now if you reload it, it's not working, right? So what we need to do, just close it and then run it again, and now you can see the transparency is working perfectly. And I want to increase the font size again. Okay, so our next thing is you can see it's opens like this, but I want a bigger window for my terminal, so I need to set the window height and width. Okay, so the command is window height, I want to put it 30, and the window width is 128. Let's save it and let's reload it. Now if you open Ghostty, it's open in a bigger window. Okay, that's fine. So let's increase the font again so that you can easily see this and make it full screen. The next thing, you can see it's a little bit bluish in the transparent background, right? You can change it, the background and foreground. Okay, the command is the settings is here. You can put the background color and the foreground color, and if you just reload it, you can see it changes. But the main thing is I really like the mocha theme, so I will delete it and I will reload it, so it will be like before. Just close it and open it. Yeah, okay, so let's again make the font a little bit bigger so that you can easily see this on the video. Now uh, the thing is, I want to close this surface. How can I do that? So if you want to, put the key bindings for the shortcuts actually, so that you can use keyboard more often. You don't need to touch the uh, mouse. So I don't want to make it crazy. I just use few shortcuts and I am going to show you those. So to close this window, we just need to put a keybind here. So this is the keybind, and it is Control Z and then equal to close surface. So it'll close the surface. Let's open Ghostty and just reload it. And if I press Control Z, it is closed. Again, I can open it and Control Z, it's closed. So key binding is working perfectly, right? So let's make it a bit bigger again. So I just set a few things, so I'm going to show you those things. Okay, the second thing, actually I want to put a shortcut for open a new window and also a shortcut to open a new tab here. Okay, so let's save it and let's open Ghostty and just reload it. And if you can see the commands here, Control N for new window. So if you press Control N, you can see a new window open, and you can use Control Z to close it. And if you use Control T, it'll open a new tab. You can see here. That's perfect. And if you press Control Z, it'll close it. That's fine. Our key binding is working perfectly. So now the second thing is it came with the capability to split the screen. That is very useful if you use multiple tabs at the same time. So let's configure it. So our first key binding, that is our first shortcut, is that it's new split. It will split on the right side. Okay, and also I want to get a thing that will split on the down side, on the bottom. So for the down side, I use Control D for my shortcut, and right side I use Control R for the right side. So let's save it and let's go to Ghostty and Control Shift comma, so it'll reload it. So let's press Control R. It'll create a new split on the right side, and Control D, it'll do it on the bottom. So if I select this one, it'll create here, and if I select this one, it will create bottom of this. That's great, and you can use Control Z to close those things. That's fine, perfectly working. Right now I showed you how we can increase it. So it's Control and equal sign, it'll increase the font size. Okay, so I want to reset the size of the screen, so of the fonts, right? Okay, so the command is Control and the right bracket to reset the font size. Okay, so let's test it. Control Shift comma, and it will reload the configuration. And if I press Control and right bracket, you can see it's actually change the font size as I selected as 13. I can make it like 16 and save it here, and let's reload it or close it and open it. It should show a bigger size, right? You can see it's bigger than previous. And if I increase it, and now if I press Control and right bracket, it's reset the font size. That's great. Now let's run some commands. Okay, so sudo dnf update. Let's run this command. So I use the password, and there is few package I need to update. So let's install it. Okay, so it's a big screen and I want to clear this screen. So to do that, let's put a command keybind for this, and that is control left bracket to clear the screen. Okay, save it, and let's reload the configuration here with control shift comma. And now if I press control left bracket, you can see it's cleared, the screen is cleared. So that's another shortcut I regularly use, so I put it here. The next thing I want to show you how you can actually scroll up and down. Okay, so you can definitely use your mouse to scroll it, but I want to put a shortcut here. So let's use sudo dnf update, run this command again. It's doing nothing. So let's put ls ll cd user var. Let's put ls here also. Let's see what happened. Okay, I'm just putting some commands to check. Okay, that's it. So that's great, right? And if I go to cd and bin, sorry, let's put it ls/bin, you can see it's now big list. Okay, so let's set up the scroll one. I'm just scrolling around now with my mouse, so I want to do that with my keyboard. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So here I put a little bit different one. Okay, so the key binding is I use Control A, so this part will activate this. So you need to use press Control A first and just open your hand, and then you need to put up to scroll it up, and this is just simple up, down, left and right thing. Okay, so the thing is, to activate this keybind we need to press Control A first, and then we can use up, down. Okay, so let's save it and let's configure it on the reconfigure our Ghostty. That's fine. So let's press Control and A. It'll activate the scrolling. So if I put upper button, it'll go to the top. You can see it's going to the top. It's showing the top one. Now Control A and the down, it'll go to the bottom. Okay, now if you use Control like the scroll page up, you need to press Control A and then use right. Sorry, Control A and left, so it'll use the scroll page up, and if you use Control A and right key, it'll go down. That's it. So this is the first thing, and now you can see I have the option to split it, right? So Control R to split on the right, Control D to split on the bottom, and there's no way I can actually change the splitting window without my mouse, so I want to configure it here. So let's do it. So I will put something, the command, so that I can actually use the right and left key to go to the split option. Go split. Okay, let's save it and open Ghostty, and let's first reload the configuration. Now if I use Control left, it'll go to the top and like left side, which one first created, and right to the right. So if I use Control right, it'll go down, and if I press left, it'll go up and then on the left. If I press Control right button, right arrow, it'll go to the top right one first and then the bottom. So that's also nice, right? So there is few other thing I want to use, like you can see I have the Control T to use a new tab, and I want to go from one tab to another tab with a command. That is not possible right now. So to do that, I use another key bindings. So it's actually Control tab to change the tab. Okay, so I'm in the first tab, so Control and tab. I'm going to the second tab, again backward forth, right? you can use Control Tab to change it. So now if you have like multiple tab, say few tabs here, and you can use Control Tab to change it. So if you have a lot of tabs, it's better to see them in a uh, one window. So to do that, we need to put another shortcut, that is Keybindings here, that is Control A and Tab. If I press Control A before the tab, it will show all the tabs. Okay, let's save it and configure this one, reload the configuration, and if I press Control A, nothing will happen because it just activated my Keybindings. Now press Tab and you can see it is showing them in a small thumbnails. You can select anything, anyone, and then again Control A and Tab, you can select anything, you can close it. That's perfect, right? And if you use Control Z, you can close the window, and if you go another tab and Control Z, it will close it. So that's perfect. And the last thing I want to set to close this, okay, everything, so all the window I want to close, and to do that there is a simple Keybindings I put, and that is Control Q. It will quit our Ghostty. So let's save it and reload the configuration. Now if I press Control Q, it will close this. So that's our configuration file, and if you want to see the configuration file, you can click here and open configuration. So it will open the configuration on a text editor. And if you want to find the location here, so okay, if I go to the config and Ghostty folder, you can see the config file here. So you can use nano to use open this config file, and you can see I have all the settings here. And let's close it. So you can use your mouse and open the configuration file from here directly, like close it from here, say close it from here. And if I just use Control comma, it will open the configuration file. So Control plus comma, okay, it's actually opened in a different monitor. So here, so let's close it and use Control comma, and it'll open the config file. So that's perfect. And here is my Ghostty. It is really nice, and if you really see here, it says it is actually fast, feature rich, and it is platform native UI, and it is GPU acceleration is enabled here, so it works really fast. And I use it for few hours, and it looks really good and it feels really good, and I have no problem with it. It's very fast, nice, and everything, because I have all these window buttons here. So let's click here, and you can see all the settings you put, it's actually here. I didn't realize it before. Okay, so let's see, everything is here. It's really nice. So you can use Control T, Control D, everything is working perfectly, whatever you want, and the key bindings are really easy. So hopefully you will like this terminal, because it's really nice. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you like this video, please like and comment, like and subscribe. It'll help me really to grow my channel. Thank you, and have a good day. Of course, Happy New Year.